Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears From Plays YouTube channel. Today is Saturday, October 26th, and I'm going to be taking a look at some more plays for Saturday afternoon. We're going to take a look at the Cavaliers going up against the Wizards as the first play. Second play, the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Suns. 4 total plays, 2 game picks, 2 player props. But first, let's take a look at the picks from Friday night. I am recording about halftime for most of these games. Knicks minus 4.5. Competitive first quarter. Knicks second quarter blew them out. I think they're up by 17 at the half. I would not be surprised if the Pacers don't break 100. The Knicks have a lot of intensity tonight. They look motivated. Coach Tibbs, they had 2 days. I'm sure he yelled a lot. Play looks pretty good. Bucks minus 9.5. That one's in the first quarter or maybe start of the second. I think the game's pretty back and forth right now. Nobody's really taking a lead. Nobody's down by too much. I think it was a 2 or 3 point game. We have Jalen Brunson over 28.5 points, and I did not take that at 28.5. I took him both plus 30. Tyrese Maxey and Jalen Brunson, 30-plus points. Maxey was minus 120, 30-plus, and Jalen Brunson was, I believe, minus 105, 30-plus. But did pick both those guys 30-plus points, so that's what I'm going to have on the leaderboard. Brunson at half, 13 points. Needs to pick it up a little bit, and we need the Pacers getting more in the game. But hopefully he does pick it up in the second or in the third quarter. And then Tyrese Maxey has 20 at the half, maybe 22 at the half. He had a really good first quarter. That one's looking really, really nice. So 2 good plays so far with the Knicks and Tyrese Maxey, it looks like. Hopefully we can keep the ball running. We are 5-1 of the game picks so far, 3-3 with the player props with the sweep yesterday on the player props. Let's take a look at the picks for Saturday afternoon. First play of the day. Cavaliers going up against the Wizards. Wizards are a bad team. I thought they were a bad team. They kind of gave the Celtics a half because Jordan Poole was able to make, I believe, 8 of the first 10 shots in the first half that he shot. But if you take away the hot shooting of the Wizards, I think they were shooting above 55% in the first half. This is a horrible team. The Celtics, they played 2 balanced halves, and I know that the best team in basketball, that's what they're supposed to look like every single time, but this is not a good Wizards team. They kind of got cold in the second half. That led to a 20-plus point blowout. I do think Jordan Poole can't duplicate that performance. This is one of the streakiest shooters in the NBA, and he's got the other streakiest shooter in the NBA to his left or his right in Kyle Kuzma. The defense is horrible as well. The Celtics were able to score at will, and they didn't make a whole lot of shots in that game in the first half, even the first quarter, but this Celtics team, they just wore them down. The defense gave up for the Wizards when they got down by 10-plus points. They're going to make a lot of threes in this game. The Cavaliers are as well because the Celtics could do that. But this Cavalier team, they're the best whenever they play through the big boys. So I expect Mobley and Allen to have big nights going up against this Wizards team. All the Cavaliers have to do in this game is play good defense like they typically do, and they got to make their open shots. We're seeing that with the Pistons tonight for the Cavaliers. They're playing some really good defense. They need to capitalize on what the Wizards give them. Basically, make your threes, play good defense, beat the Wizards. That's all you have to do. You have to be an average team to beat the Wizards. The Cavaliers are better than an average team. I'll take them minus 9.5 here. Should be an easy winner. For the second play tonight, we're going to take a look at the Dallas Mavericks going up against the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns looked pretty good in the first game going up against the Clippers. They won that game by 3 points. Devin Booker, not the best game, but everybody else played pretty well. The Mavericks looked a lot better in the second half of the game against the Spurs than they did the first half. But I also think the Spurs might have a little bit of life in them this season. They do already have one of the best players in the NBA, Victor Wembanyama. I know he's young. I know it's crazy to say he's already one of the best players, but he's already one of the best players. They also have Chris Paul from free agency. So I do think they've got a little bit of life in that organization. The Mavericks did beat them by double-digit points. Was a pretty good win for them. I was very impressed with the scoring of the Mavericks. It was not one-sided. Typically, we see Luka 35-plus points, Kyrie 35-plus points, but it was very balanced. Everybody was hitting their shots in this game besides Luka in the first half, but everybody was hitting their shots. But Klay Thompson, especially in his opening day game, he came through for his new team. He got another chance. I'm happy for him. He did not disappoint. I think he made 6 threes in the game, finished with 20-plus points. But this is a matchup going up against the Suns. This is going to be superstars on superstars. Luka, Kyrie, Klay Thompson going up against Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal. Which trio can give us the most points? I think that's going to be the Dallas Mavericks. I'm going to take them here, -2 as the play. I do like the Suns bench. Grayson Allen, Monte Morris, Royce O'Neal. I like the quality role players they have. The Mavericks aren't bad themselves. Getting Quentin Grimes from the Knicks. They also have Derek Lively Jr. coming off the bench. I'm just going to trust the Mavericks a little bit more in this game. I'm going to take them -2 as the final game pick here. Let's go over some player props, and we're going to stay in the same game. Mavericks going up against the Suns. It took Luka a while, like I said, to get hot in the first game of the season, but he eventually did get there. He finished the game with 4 made threes, 28 points. Field goal percentage wasn't great, but it did get the job done going up against the Spurs, with the Mavericks winning that game again by double-digit points. He did fill up the stat sheet in the first game of the year, just like he did all season in 2023. I think he's going to do the exact same thing all season long this year. I'm going to go with his over 8.5 rebounds as the play. Luka did play 36 minutes in the first game of the season, and that's what I'm really banking on in this game again. The easiest way to go about player props is just making sure you have a player that stays on the floor as long as possible. Sometimes it doesn't work out because the player is not good enough, and he's just doing a lot of running out there, a Tony Snell if you would. But having Luka on the floor playing between 36 minutes and 40 minutes per game, good things usually happen. And he's a guy who will crash the glass at times, especially if he's close to a triple-double. He did average close to a triple-double last season, 9.2 rebounds, 9.8 assists to go along with 33.9 points. And I do think he's going to be hovering around those numbers once again this season. I do expect a lot of possessions for each of these teams. Neither one of these teams like to take things slow. They're both usually pushing the pace, and it's shown in the first couple of games. The Suns are allowing 40 rebounds per game to opposing teams, defensive rebounds. Mavericks also 40 defensive rebounds per game. So both these teams are going to be shooting a ton, and that's great. Hopefully it leads to a lot of rebounds for us, for Luka to clean up defensively, offensively. I don't care. Just give me some boards. I'm going to play this number up to 9.5 because I did see 8.5 at minus 125 this afternoon. So I'm sure by the time it comes out tomorrow morning, it's going to be over 9.5. So Luka over 9.5 rebounds as the play there. And for the final player prop, we're going to take a look at the Houston Rockets going up against the San Antonio Spurs. Two teams who haven't played defense over the last several years. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of defense in this game either. Jalen Green of the Rockets has been a guy over the last couple of years who continues to get better and better with every game. And I do think we're going to see him take an even bigger step for this season. He had a really good first game. His player prop in game number 1 was over 19.5 points. This one's going to be over 20.5 points, even though he dropped 28 points in the first game. I don't think the book's giving him a whole lot of respect because he does take the most shots per game on this Rockets team dating back to the last season as well. He took 23 shots in game number 1. He already has 15 shots tonight on the 25th going up against the Grizzlies, almost at half. So we're already winning the battle here. Half the battle is taking shots. He's taking a lot of shots per game, 10-plus shots in both games so far this season. And by the looks of it, going up against the Grizzlies tonight, he might be on his way to another 20-plus shot game. It seems like he's very confident to start the year, and the Rockets have no problem going to this kid game after game. Looking at his numbers for the Grizzlies game tonight, he has made 2 threes in the first 4 attempts, so that makes 7 made threes out of 19 attempts in the first 6 quarters of this season. He's going to go up against a Spurs team who loves to take away the paint. After Wembanyama, he's going to be roaming around down there. You are not going to see many points in the paint. The Dallas Mavericks did not score many points in the paint. They took 1,000 threes in that game against the Spurs. It worked out for them. I like Green in this one, shooting with confidence on the perimeter. Take a look at his over threes as the play, but I'm going to go with the over 20.5 points as the final player prop for tonight. Let's take a look at the recap graphic. We're going to go with the Cavaliers minus 9.5 against a bad Wizards team. Mavericks minus 2 going up against the Suns. I'm just going to play that on the money line. I think that's just a better way to do it. Let's just take the Mavericks to win on the money line. I think it's like minus 130 to compare to minus 115. So give me the Mavs money line instead. Luka over 8.5 rebounds. We're going to play that up to over 9.5 rebounds. And then Jalen Green over 20.5 points going up against the Spurs as a final play. That's going to do it for the NBA Plays and Props for Saturday, October 26th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the concept, please share, drop a like in this video, and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.